Um, this is just a disclaimer. I am not responding to your DMs or questions about this video. I can't handle it. It's too many of y'all. I can't do it. Okay. But if you have a question, go to my Patreon. Barbershop Conversations on Patreon. I'll gladly answer the question. But if you listen to this video, you can increase your net worth by 10%. Pay attention. Actually, someone on Instagram made $1,000 last week. Just listening to my videos, made $1,000 off of my.
It's 9-3.
You got me where you want me, now I'm right here. Waiting for your call, and now I'm right here. You got me where you want me, now I'm right here.
You can't fuck with Red Glove on his worst state. How about that?
I ain't really changed, it's the same old rebel. Still a radical, I'm passionate, it's just another level. AT told me I should fight back, they don't like that. Just know if you rock the boat, you better have a life raft. BJ told me I should fight back, they don't like that. Just know if you rock the boat, you better have a life raft.
What up, everybody in the NBBC? Before I get started, I want to start out by saying shout out to CMD Boxing. He's the first one I saw broke this news, and don't get me wrong, there's probably other people that broke it before him, but he's the first one I saw break it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a link in the description to his channel. Check him out. He's a great channel. He he just calls it how he sees it, and he's very fair. So I really like CMD Boxing. I like his style. It's very different from mine and very different from a lot of people on YouTube. And that's what we need, is more diversity. So like I said, go, if you haven't done so already, if you've never seen CMD Boxing, please go over to his channel and subscribe. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Now let me go ahead and get into the topic of this story. So basically, it's pretty much a done deal that they're gonna do this trilogy with Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. Me personally, I think Ruiz should have to earn that rematch, just because he just showed he wasn't disciplined. Like, that's really inexcusable. It's the biggest fight of your career, aside from the first fight that you won. It's the biggest fight of your career, and you're not gonna train, you're not gonna do what is necessary to make sure you're in the best possible shape you could possibly be in. So I think he should have to earn it, but it's not up to me. It's up to the powers that be, the promoters, the fighters, and apparently they've come to some kind of an agreement, and this fight is gonna pop off. So here's my thoughts. We'll see if Andy Ruiz comes, prepared this time. We'll see if he leaves the buffet alone. We'll see if he, puts down the torta and actually gets his ass in the ring, or in the gym, my bad, and does what he needs to do to prepare for that fight. Anthony Joshua, I think he's going to prepare because he always prepares. And he's already seen Andy Ruiz twice, so I think he knows how he's going to prepare for this fight. And to be honest, even if Ruiz comes in shape, I don't see him beating Anthony Joshua. I think as long as Anthony Joshua doesn't make the same mistakes he made in the first fight and remembers everything he did in the second fight, I think he'll be all right. It'll be closer. It won't be a blowout like the second fight was if Andy Ruiz prepares properly. But I still think, with Joshua's natural advantages, his height, his reach and all that, and then, just knowing the right fight to fight this fight, I think Anthony Joshua will be able to pull off the win again. He just has to make sure he doesn't get caught. Just to make sure that he doesn't get impatient. Because he's proven a couple of things. He's proven that he's been able to knock down Andy Ruiz, and he's proven that he's been able to outbox Andy Ruiz. So as long as he sticks to not even trying to knock him out, just sticks to the boxing, he can win it. Andy Ruiz, I feel, and this is my opinion, so if you disagree with this is perfectly fine. I think in order for Andy Ruiz to win this fight, it solely is dependent on whether or not AJ is going to make a mistake. That's just how I see it. If AJ doesn't make a mistake, he's not going to beat AJ. That's the way that I see it. Once again, that is just my opinion. I'm not going to say that it's fact, because it's not. Okay, that is my opinion. If Andy Ruiz comes in shape and prepared, he can make it a much closer, a competitive fight this time. But I think his victory is solely dependent on something that is out of his control, and that is whether or not Anthony Joshua makes a mistake. Because if he does, I do think that Andy Ruiz is seasoned enough and has a high enough ring IQ that he's going to be able to take advantage of that. I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to say that Andy Ruiz has no chance, because he absolutely does. He's already done it once. So, but that's my take on this. In order for Ruiz to win this fight, I think it's solely dependent on whether or not AJ makes a mistake. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about this news. Oh, one more thing. This is another thing, before I end this. The other thing that really caught my attention that CMD said was that Eddie Hearn wants this fight to be in New York. I think they actually want it at the Garden. And I find that very interesting, being that that's where AJ lost in the first fight. A lot of people feel that he was, that the second fight took place in Saudi Arabia because of some, they think that he wanted to be able to juice and all this stuff. And I think Anthony Joshua has heard those criticisms. So I think in the third fight, he wants to prove, I'll beat him in New York where he beat me the first time. And I think that's really saying something. Because then, if he beats Ruiz again, then there's no excuses that could be made as far as, there'll be excuses that are made. Let's just be real. The AJ haters, they've already proven that they're not, they have no shortage of excuses. But, in my eyes, that, because I can understand why people criticize the second fight being in Saudi Arabia. In my opinion, once again, this is my opinion. I'm not claiming it as fact, but I think the reason why it happened in Saudi Arabia was the money. Because I'll be honest with you, in America, I don't think he would have been able to make the reported $80 million. So, and I understand that he may not. I've heard people say, oh, he doesn't get all that money. Newsflash, that's all boxers. When it comes to their purses, they never get all the money. There's always tax, and there's always other people they gotta pay, managers, promoters, and all that shit, trainers. So that's not just Anthony Joshua. That's every single fucking boxer. But I'm not even talking about that. We at the end of the day, the reports aren't really confirmed, but I don't think that would have even been reported here in the States. I think it would have been significantly less. And that's my opinion. I think the reason why it happened in Saudi Arabia wasn't for any kind of advantages other than more money in AJ's pocket. But those are my thoughts. Now it's time for you all to let me know your thoughts. You can do that in the comments below. To all my subscribers, anybody who watches my videos, or just so happen to stumble on this video. I hope you all have a wonderful, blessed day. Peace.
That's why I'm undefeated.